Hey everyone, welcome to SLO Real, where we are making home ownership on the Central Coast achievable and investing in real estate for cash flow and net worth easy while heading towards financial freedom in simple, digestible terms. I'm your host, Dianna Vonderheide, and today we're diving into a term that's key for real estate investors. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, it's capitalization rate, otherwise known as cap rate for short. Now, I know terms like this can sound really intimidating at first. I know they were for me, but trust me, cap rate is one of the easiest and most useful concepts to grasp in real estate investing. And by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how it works and why it's such an important tool for evaluating real estate deals. So let's get into it. First things first, what exactly is capitalization rate? Well, the cap rate is a basic formula that tells you the rate of return you can expect on a real estate investment. It's expressed as a percentage, and it gives you an idea of how profitable a property could be, or if you already own it, how profitable it is. For me, it's a really good comparison tool when I'm looking at different properties that I might be investing in. I can compare like for like. If one's a 4 cap and one's a 6 cap and they're the same, I'm going to choose the better one. It's just an easy calculation, and then you can dive deeper into it if the first cap rate works for you and your investing avatar. So the cap rate is calculated by taking the net operating income, also known as NOI, of a property and dividing it by the current market value or whatever you paid for the property, right? So that sounds simple. That's because it is. Let me give you a quick example. And don't worry, I'll put this in the show notes so you can see the formula and the examples. So for example, if a property generates $50,000 in NOI, and it's worth $1 million, the cap rate would be 5%. So now that we have got the basics down, let's talk about why this number is so important. As a real estate investor, you're always trying to evaluate how much bang for your buck you're getting. The cap rate gives you an easy snapshot of your return on investment without having to dig into a lot of the complicated financial details. That's going to come later, but before we spend all of our precious time digging into income and costs, etc., the cap rate just gives you an idea of like, is it worth my time to even look at this thing? It's a great tool for comparing different properties side by side. If you're looking at 2 apartment buildings, for example, you can quickly see which one gives you a better return. Higher cap rate usually means a better return, but it also might indicate a higher risk, while a lower cap rate are often associated with more stable and less risky properties. So a better area might be a lower cap rate. It's kind of like an inverse relationship if you want to get real mathy about it. One of the reasons that cap rate is such an easy tool is that it's universal. Whether you're buying a multifamily building, a commercial space, or even a single family rental, the cap rate can help you analyze the potential return. Plus, it gives you the first step into understanding whether a deal is worth your further investment. Let's say you're an investor and you're looking to decide between 2 properties. If one property has a cap rate of 6% and the other is 4%, and all other things are equal, you're likely going to lean towards the one that has the higher rate. But remember, cap rate is just one metric. We've gone over a few others in this podcast, so go back and look at things like cash on cash return so you kind of get a better picture of the whole thing. The cap rate doesn't account for things like possible appreciation, financing, or tax benefits, but it's a fantastic starting point for your analysis, especially as a new investor. So there you have it, folks. Capitalization rate. or cap rate, is a simple yet powerful tool for real estate investors. It helps you understand the return on investment and compare different properties quickly and effectively. And while it's not the only metric you should rely on, it's certainly one of the most important to just keep in your toolbox. What I would suggest as a new investor or even a seasoned investor, like going into a different asset class, like if you have a single family and you're thinking about going to commercial or you're thinking about buying an apartment complex, just get a bunch of properties and start analyzing them. Even if you're not even looking to purchase them, just analyze them, because then you get really good at the math. You can set up tools, you can set up a spreadsheet or ask me for mine. And then the more you know about the market you're going to investment in, the more you feel confident when you find something you actually want to buy. You say, this is a 6 cap. This is a phenomenal deal because I know this area and I know everything else is going for a 4 cap. And I know that I can get this for a certain price that makes sense to me because I've looked at 15 other properties here. So just start on the journey. And if you're looking for properties to analyze, ask me. I'll send them to you. And then we can compare, contrast our different analytics and see how you look at it. And I can show you how I look at it. And I think two minds are usually better than one. And it's kind of a journey. You start at the very simplest as a early investor and you move your way into sophistication, and then you can take on more deals or whatever your goal is in the end. You can keep it really simple, but just having these tools is really important and implementing them is very important. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe and share with others who are navigating the world of real estate and investing. And if you've got any questions, just drop them in the comments or shoot us a message. We're here to help you on this journey of real estate on the Central Coast. Buying here is really expensive, but it's worth it